What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and I'm sitting on the floor because I have no furniture in my apartment yet, and because my legs kill. I lifted legs for the first time in, a year, and I'm paying the price. Not paying the price for lifting, paying the price for not lifting for so long, because I am sore as heck, and I played 5-on-5 basketball for the first time in over a year, full court for 2 hours. Oh my god, I don't want to move. So I'm sitting on the floor with the iPad mini. I have your questions. On Twitter, I posted last night asking for some good questions, and I decided just to make this quick high vlog with my favorite 10 questions. I'll probably do this from time to time. Not necessarily questions like, what's your name, what's your favorite color, where you live, what you dress like, but actual deeper questions on games or stuff or things. I mean, I guess they could be personal as well, or if you have hey, write in a letter and ask a question type thing, but mostly game type stuff, I think. Anyways, I just want to touch base. I've been focusing on recording for a long time, so my apartment is not finished. I took a shower here for the first time, though. Yeah! That's a huge step in the right direction, right? I have soap and towels and a shower curtain. Just don't have, this good stuff, like a bed or a couch. But hey, we'll get there. Anyways, taking these questions from Twitter. Again, you can follow me at twitter.com/GhostRobo if you want. First question comes from Richard, who says, when did you start getting into playing video games? I'm not sure if I actually addressed this before, but when I was younger, I have an older uncle, so when I was about 5-ish, he's a good 12, 13 years, no, a good 11 years older than me, so he was about 15, 16, so he was really into the NES, and he introduced me to that, and I remember being at my grandparents' house this is my mom's parents, she has a much younger brother, and for Christmas and things, we'd play the NES together. We'd play Mario, we'd play Duck Hunt, we'd play Pro Wrestling, and I think the game that really got me really hooked was the Little Mermaid game, as goofy as it sounds, because it's one that I could play by myself, and I would sit there for hours. Remember, there's no saves on the original Nintendo, so I just try to beat it. I remember beating that game when I was probably 5 or 6 and being just so ecstatic. It was like winning the freaking Nobel Peace Prize, or God, even better than that. I don't even know, but I was so pumped, and my parents were yes, and I was yes, and that was the origin of GhostRobo. But I play a lot with my dad, I play a lot with my uncle, and sort of a very condensed chunk of time where I really was into that got me into it, and then I got my own NES, and we played Felix the Cat and Flintstones and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all these great games at home when I was in preschool. The next question comes from Brian, who says, what's the next Wii U walkthrough? I don't really know. The Wii U has kind of taken a dark turn for the extreme worst, and I predicted this. Yes, I did. I knew that Nintendo was going to flub this one up horribly, and I wish I could be there advising them and fix it for them, because they seem to have the same problem over and over and make the same mistakes, which sucks, especially because I like them as a company, I like the games they make, and I wish they would do well, but they make the same stupid decisions over and over again. Their naming of the Wii U is a horrible thing. It sounds like it is an add-on for the Wii U, so parents are either going to think, this is something I don't need, or they're going to think it's not a system. So they're either going to incorrectly buy, or they're not going to buy. I don't see any way where they think, this is something if they name it the Wii 2, maybe. But with U-Draw and Motion Plus, the average consumer is going to be what? And not buy it. So I don't know. That's the first misstep. The second one is they had no good games really ready. I mean, Ubisoft delivered with Zombie U and then pulled the support of Rayman Legends to make that multi-platform because the system just isn't selling. It's not pushing software at all. Nintendo kind of dropped the ball as well. Where's their titles? We don't have anything. Pikmin 3 should have been a launch title. The Maiden Wario game, or whatever the heck that thing is called, should have been in this launch window. We don't even get the Wonderful 101. We're not getting Rayman. There's no game. So the next Wii U walkthrough is probably Pikmin, which I don't know when that even comes out. April? Something like that. So it's a ways away. And that's unfortunate. I really like the system. I think there's a lot to offer. I even think Nintendo Land is cool. I loved Zombie U, one of my favorite games of last year. But they dropped the ball horribly. I think also by confusing the and this will be interesting to see what Xbox and Sony and PlayStation do with controllers. Because I think by allowing you to use the same controllers, I think that makes it even more chaotic and confusing for parents, because they'll see demo units set up with the gamepad and think maybe that's just an add-on. Again, what the heck was Nintendo doing? Call it something different, and better yet, make a powerhouse system and compete. What are they doing? What are they doing? They weren't going to get the smash hit of the Wii again. They don't have a thing like Motion to make that happen. God, why did they not consult me? Could have made you guys a lot of money. The next question is a good question from Ash, who says, do I think the co-op adds or subtracts from Dead Space 3 in relation to atmosphere? And this is a question that can apply to a lot of games. in Dead Space 3, I think it really detracts from the game because so much is about this isolation, so much is about you and getting spooked from behind and in front, and also for me, like I know I'm commentating through the whole walkthrough, but even still, like I have moments where I just go dead silent because I'm like, oh my god, the feeling of dread is so intense, and I feel like if you're not only co-op because you see someone else there, and it's kind of awkward to see another Isaac-like looking character running around, but also because most likely you're going to be having a conversation with your friends, it's going to be distilling that tension to a very low level, and I think that takes away incredibly from the atmosphere of Dead Space 3. In terms of other games, I guess it depends. Of very story-heavy games, I do not like to play co-op. I feel like there's infinite frustration for me of like, oh god, I missed that cutscene, or oh, I didn't see that, or oh, someone pressed the wrong button, or oh, it goofed up the cutscene, or, I mean, I guess a game like Borderlands would be okay co-op because there really isn't much storyline. It's mainly just shooting things and collecting loot, and that's fine. But I don't like playing Gears of War co-op. I did enjoy playing Halo co-op. That's because my brother was on board with the whole thing. Like, we're watching every cutscene, we're doing this my way, and we're going to have a good time. So, for the most part, I don't like co-op so much in single-player games. I used to think it was really great, and now I just would prefer, like, Left 4 Dead type experiences where it's, or, you know, like, Horde mode, or what's the thing called in Modern Warfare 2? Spec Ops, that kind of stuff. The next question comes from Patrick, who says, if you could recommend, and I think this is question number 4, yes, sorry. Counting, something I'm learning. Didn't go to college, right? If you could recommend one Xbox 360 game that everyone should play, what would it be? And that's BioShock. That is what really, like, that was sort of my second coming of video gaming. If the first was playing Little Mermaid on my NES at my grandparents' house, the second was BioShock. I got that this summer. I moved from California to Indiana, and I was kind of in a bummed-out mood because I was transferring schools my senior year, which sucked. And I got here, and I found that Dead Space, or BioShock was leaking early at some retailers, so I got an early copy at Toys R Us and just planned on playing it for 5 minutes and selling it because it was worth a lot. And I was like, I'm going to play this more, and it was so good I ended up playing through the whole thing, and just turned into one of my favorite games of all time, one of the best games of all time, and I think a must-play for anybody. You know, it's kind of whatever, a little intense in some moments, but overall it's not really horror-ish, and I think it just serves to reveal what games can really do with good storytelling, good atmosphere, good gameplay, and kind of capture you in a world, which I think is one of the greatest things about gaming. Let's see. This question is from Adam. What features do you think are most important for the next Xbox console? I think a couple of them. You know, there's been big rumors about are there going to be a bunch of weird things like virtual reality, no used games. I don't really know how much all of this is going to actually be true. I know there's going to be an incorporated Kinect. I know that they're going to really try to probably not have much backwards compatibility, I don't think. But okay, so just to answer the question straight up, my three most important features would be, I mean, I'm going to start real basic and say one, significantly better graphics. That's a huge thing for me. If I'm going to upgrade, I want this to feel like an upgrade. I want to feel like when I got my Xbox over my N64. You know, I want there to be a huge upgrade. Number two, I think it needs to have a very well integrated online that must be backwards compatible. All my arcade games and all my gamer tag and all my gamer score and all that stuff should transfer perfectly. Downloads get very risky when you start saying, oh, you have this, but you don't really have it. It's just a license to have it. So I think they need to make sure they nail that. And I would not focus so much on all these like bells and whistles. I know they're going to, but if it was me, you're asking me, all the apps and the this and the TV, I don't think unified entertainment devices are that grand, so I would focus on gaming and make a very, very functional and awesome gaming service. I'd like to see them incorporate some sort of PlayStation Plus-esque program. I know they're not going to, it's Microsoft, but that would be really cool. They're going to, you know, bang out your $50 and make you smile about that. In terms of third feature that I would like to see, I would really like a new controller, I think, and not because I don't like the Xbox. Xbox 360 controller is my favorite, but I want this to feel like a very big jump. I don't want it to feel like this is Xbox 360 1.5. I don't want it to feel like it's a stopgap. I don't want to feel it's like, well, we're running out of things to do on Xbox, so I want it to be a brand new console. So those are my three. Next question. Which next-gen console are you most excited for, and what sequels do you want on these new consoles? I'm more excited for the Xbox because I like more Xbox games. I like the controller better. I think Microsoft handles things a little bit better. Sony could surprise people. They did, you know, a phenomenal job with the PS2. I just don't see it happening. Sequels, I really would love to see a Mirror's Edge 2 on either platform. Don't know if that's going to happen. I would really love to see Fallout 4 with more stuff in it. I don't know. I think they could do a whole lot with more graphical power as well as processing power with a new Fallout game. You know, you're talking about all next gen. I would like to see new Mario and Zelda on the Wii U. I don't know I mean, if they're going to be just Mario Galaxy 3 and Zelda, the blue paintbrush, I don't want to play them. But if they're going to be, new experiences taking advantage of the systems, awesome. In terms of PS3, I don't really care about an Uncharted. I don't really care about a God of War. We're getting another one this year. I'm kind of burnt out on a lot of franchises. A lot of franchises disappointed me. Mass Effect, Assassin's Creed. Dead Space 3 is, I think, one of the best, if not the best trilogy this generation. BioShock will be in contention with that. Depends how Infinite does. That could easily usurp Dead Space 3, but right now, that's good. And a new Half-Life. Give me Half-Life 3 right away, and I will be happy. 3 questions to go. Joe says, which big games do you think they will be announced at E3 this year? They're going to probably announce many of the launch titles for the new Xbox and the new PS4, or whatever you want to call it. They're going to announce a new Mario, a new 3D Mario for Wii U. I hope it's not Galaxy. I hope they explore some other dimension or world or something. They're going to announce Mario Kart. They're going to announce Smash Brothers. They're going to announce probably another Wii U exclusive. I'm guessing something along the lines of Bayonetta 2 or something that's going to get hardcore non-Nintendo fanboys excited. I think they will announce Killzone 4 or whatever Guerrilla Games is working on, Killzone 4 or another IP. I would lean towards Killzone 4, but it could be another IP. Killzone 3 was a huge, or Killzone 2 was a huge showpiece for PS3, so I could see 4 being one for 4. I think that the Media Molecule guys will have a new project for the PS4. Microsoft, I don't know what they will announce. I don't think they're going to announce another Gears of War. I don't think they're going to announce another Halo. I could see them doing some partnership with Bethesda, like I said, for like a Fallout type game. I could see them doing something with, it depends what the MGS 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, what's going on with that. I could also see them, what else could they announce? A new Valve project, perhaps, like not Left 4 Dead 3, but maybe Left 4 Dead 3, or something along those lines. There's also the new Mass Effect project and the new Dragon Age project in the works. The Dragon Age one will probably get announced. I don't know. I want to see a lot of new IPs, so in that case, I can't really predict them, but I hope that there's a lot of new stuff. I hope that they start this gen off right with like cool new IPs that they can franchise out. They're going to do that inevitably, so let's get them going. Let's not wait and do Halos and Gears and stuff for the next 2 years. Let's see. Game Riot Scott wants to know if I think the PS4 needs better exclusives than just Killzone and MotorStorm. Exclusives have been an interesting thing for Sony. They have a wider stable of franchises that many people think. I think just because they're not as mainstream, they're not as dude bro, and they're not as heavily promoted. But with Infamous, with God of War, with Uncharted, with MotorStorm, with Killzone, that's 5 pretty solid franchises, and you can kind of match those up, against Xbox counterparts. Now, I think what they're lacking is like that real, like just tentpole Universal AAA, the Mass Effect, of course. Mass Effect came to PS3. Or like a game like a Mass Effect or a Dead Space or I feel like Gears of War isn't at that level. Forgive me. But something that's like bam and it takes over, and it has to be a new IP, I think, for that to work. So I think Sony is more risk taking than Microsoft, so they could do something cool. I hope it's not too goofy. They sometimes get a little crazy with their Japanese artsy stuff, which is fun, but like some really cool franchise, and it cannot be a military shooter. It cannot be MAG or some dumb thing like that. Killzone basically matches up with the Gears of War / Halo. MotorStorm basically matches up with Forza. God of War basically matches up with, I don't know, it doesn't really match up, but it's a core franchise. Uncharted kind of is like a Dead Space, but that's not a Microsoft exclusive. Mass Effect, not really. Could they get a developer? Could they get Insomniac? Could they get someone to make a very like intense choice-driven game? That would be really cool. I don't know. Beyond Two Souls, I'm assuming that comes out for PS3. Maybe that team can make something. They need something that's like whoa and gets a lot of people hyped. And it might not even be the game that I'm most excited for, but something that's going to be like a Mass Effect level game. And our final question. Let's see. This is an interesting question. This is from Lenny. If you could change any video game ending or sequel, what would it be and why? If I could change any ending or sequel, what would it be and why? I think I would change all of the trilogies. Because, spoilers, if you have not finished Assassin's Creed, or Mass Effect, or Dead Space trilogy, the third one, cover your ears the next 20 seconds. Why do they all involve aliens? Were they all like in cahoots, these studios, like talking to each other? Really? Like, hey, let's have ancient aliens. Like, I don't like that. Why are they all like funneling to the same point? I feel like they all kind of disappointingly wrapped up their storylines. You know there's going to be more Assassin's Creed. You know there's going to be more Dead Space. You know there's going to be more Mass Effect. But still, for these trilogies that were supposed to be a confined and cool experience, I'm not so pleased with their finishing moves, their storyline finishers. And that is 10 questions with you guys. I know this video is running a little long, but I wanted to address them as in-depth as I could. Again, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/GhostRobo. I'll probably do this time to time. I know I do a lot of Q&As on live streams, but I'm trying to get more gameplay live streams and then take Q&As as well. But these are kind of more focused Q&As where I can think and address deeper questions, your thoughts. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic day. I'm going to sit here on the floor and probably not move for the next few hours because my legs kill. What is going on? Drake so much. Have a fantastic day, guys and girls. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, add your favorites. You want more Q&As, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, we'll see you all.